If you like anime and 5v5 shooter games like Valorant and CSGO, maybe not CSGO, but you would like Strinova. Although 80% of the community is heavily Guna, the other 20%, however, is quite good, and it's like a lot of 5v5 bomb defusal games, but with the main premise being turning into paper. Yeah, yes, literally paper, and clinging to walls to get out of sticky situations. And this game has been quite fun to play for the past 6 months that I've been playing it, and in this video I'm going to talk about the best things in the game, the weird stuff, and the reasons as to why this game is kind of underrated. Now, before I get into everything else, I want to talk about the gameplay, and on the surface, it's just the exact same as all these other 5v5 shooters, but the fact is that it's in third person. It changes the game a lot, and you will obviously notice that it makes the game like so much more competitive, and for this type of game, it's a lot. Being able to like peek around corners without having to actually peek is nice, and the gunplay does get a bit irritating at points, and obviously there'll be times where you'll be dealing damage to players, and it feels like you're shooting a Nerf bow at them. But for the most part, it's pretty fun. Stringification, or obviously the paper mode, whatever you want to call it. It's a good idea for a game, but I do feel like if it wasn't in the game, it would not be consistently getting players. This makes the game stand out. And yeah, obviously the movement and ideas you could create in this game with the ability to just sit on walls is cool. There's times where I've managed to juke out players with that, and even with like Yvette's, passive ability, that's quite helpful with that type of thing as well. And it's just a cool thing to use, not to mention gliding, and that's just another cool feature with the Stringify view as well. And obviously, like, going back to like the generalized gameplay of it as well, reviving being a great feature, and I have no idea why no other game besides Valorant with Sage does this like reviving feature, but with an ability, and not like a proper like game feature, which I think is kind of crap, I'm gonna be real. Like, it should be like, I don't know, I feel like it's cooler being able to, you know, have a second chance each time. It's more, makes it more tactical in a way. But yeah, and obviously it just changed the game. And I might as well mention Awakenings, that turn you into Sun Jin Woo. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this game which is really cool, gameplay-wise. So let's get on to the actual style of the game. So obviously it's anime, characters seem to have a bit of a theme, aka like 19 female characters and only 3 males, which is something, and it's kind of crazy to be fair. There also might be a reason as why the next bit of the video is like it is, but we'll get onto that in a second. But yeah, the character's abilities are cool, and obviously makes sense for, the game. With unique ones, obviously, Yvette's abilities, like, come on, like, a flipping bear, that is pretty cool. And obviously, Bimo's dash, I mean, obviously, I guess you could say, like, Jet's dash, I can't think of any more dash attacks in, like, these types of games. And I haven't really got a proper way to explain it, but, yeah, the player base. Now, the player base is, well, as I already mentioned before, 80% gooners and 20%, no, maybe not even really 20% normal people, which obviously makes you probably think, if you've never played this game before and this is your first video watching it, probably makes you think, well, right, I ain't playing this then, why would I want to play this? For servers, you can encounter the average player on CSGO, along with the really toxic players, but obviously that's normal for every game, and I feel like this is, like, truly the reason why it's not as popular as it should be. Like, the English general chat being filled with names that I have to literally blur out is crazy. Like, trust me, if you've played this game before, you know what names I'm talking about, and it's just, what you need to know is character names with other stuff after it, and the huge amount of people that play unranked, which is fair enough, but it's the only game I've noticed where, like, the unranked queue is, like, way more overpopulated than it needs to be, and especially the ranked queues be it taking like 10 minutes. Like, it's crazy. And obviously a lot of other people have already mentioned that obviously the UI could also really do with a fix, and yeah, this was a while ago, but I believe if they'd probably, like, for the most part, they fixed this. Like, I think fixing the play screen would be nice. It's kind of annoying to always click on challenge to change game mode, and especially if you're new to the game, you aren't going to know, oh, if I click that, it's going to change the game mode. Yeah, but that's just a pet peeve. And another reason why I believe this game isn't really reaching its popularity is because it should really have its advertising, which is kind of an L, because it's basically non-existent. And it's just sad, because it seems like they are just not advertising it enough. Like, yes, it costs money, and obviously the company who made Strinova have got some money, and they've had investments for this game from, like, obviously Sony to make this game, like, even possible. Although they do seem to be making losses in net profit, and I have no idea why. So take that with a grain of salt, might be wrong. But who knows, we will have to see. But I do believe that, obviously, sadly, that this game cannot really be fixed. I mean, obviously, it's still doing quite well in players at the moment, and obviously it's been out for a year now, well, almost a year, and you know the game's doing quite well still, but I just believe it will not be able to reach like the popularity it wants to reach just because of these like problems that I mentioned already in the video. Unless they do like a major banning on usernames with like, you know, the crazy stuff in it. And obviously heavy moderation. But I just doubt that's going to happen because a game like this, it just won't. It just physically won't happen. If they do that, they're removing like 50% of their player base if you think about it. So, yeah, all the other 10 people that play the game. This game has got gacha mechanics in it, and it's like Genshin Impact in a way, and like what Honkai Star Rail. But yeah, the skins in this game do be getting a bit revealing at times, with about half of them being like nice looking and the other half being put on some other place on the internet, most likely for special reasons. Yeah, but the battle passes are quite good, however, and I really like the gacha system in it, solely because obviously you can free to play the game to get skins, and stuff with games like Valorant and Strinova Siege basically force it down your throats to buy their newest bundle, which usually costs like $70 to get. But obviously in Strinova, you have the option to buy them, but if you want to, you can still grind and just play the game, and you'll still eventually get a legendary or, you know, epic skins. And yeah, I really like this about the game. It's perfect for this game, and you know, I wish they would do it more on other games. It would be so much nicer. But I'll still be playing the game, so make sure to check out the Twitch channel to see the streams where I either peak or just throw most of my ranked games. And obviously I'm live each weekday at 8 PM UK time. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do like Strinova content or Strinova, comment down below any other ideas of what they could do to fix it. And let's just get talking about the situation with the, you know, these usernames, because it do be wild, and this game is, you know, quite unique in its own little way. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys next week for another video. Bye bye.